How do you feel less tired during the day? Have you ever felt like if you just had a few minutes, you can crawl up like a ball and fall asleep at the drop of a hat? The problem is too many of us feel tired all the time. In today's video, I'm going to give you 3 actionable tips to kick up your energy level and decrease your stress level. Taking time to refuel is our first tip today. Taking time to not allow ourselves to be continually empty. So I'm going to give you an analogy here. If you're driving in a car and your little red E light goes off, that's an indication that your gas level is getting low. And if you keep pressing forward and keep going and ignore that signal, you end up running on fumes, which is not good for your car. It's sucking up and trying to grasp at energy that it doesn't have. So when it comes to us, if we are living a lifestyle that we're constantly going, we're constantly giving, and we are neglecting ourselves, we end up exhausted emotionally, physically, psychologically. It has massive implications. Finding ways to refuel ourselves comes in a billion different ways. The issue is that we need to make that no longer to be an option. It's got to be a requirement. It has to be something where we're not allowing ourselves to be tapped out and empty all the time. Because when we do, it puts us in a not good place. We end up tired. We're like little hamsters in a wheel, going, and not going anywhere. So what does self-care look like? Self-care comes in a million different ways, whether it be you're going to get a manicure and pedicure, you're going to learn how to play the guitar. Self-care, connecting with friends you haven't talked with in a while, is critical when it comes to connecting to where we are in terms of our energy level. So if you got something out of this first tip and you're like, oh my gosh, that spoke to me, I'm going to encourage you to rock out with these last 2 actionable tips that will kick up that energy for you that so many of us right now really desperately need. So number 2, I'm going to roll into stress. Stress is a big one, my friends. So many of us, and you can just say, oh my gosh, I can relate to this one. I have stress. This year has been crazy train. Stress also plays a role in so many areas of our life, and it impacts how efficiently our body will function. If we're high stress, the likelihood of us getting a really good level of sleep is minimal. And how that relates to our first tip, where it's taking time for self-care, it's getting up a little bit earlier and maybe doing yoga. It's getting some time on the couch to have a cup of coffee and de-stressing, because when we're in high mode of stress 24/7 or more times out of the day than not, we're living a cycle of stress. And stress also connects to our body efficiency in terms of how efficiently our body runs. When my body is under extreme stress too often, it throws me off. I am tired. It connects to my quality of functioning and where am I? So the question is, do you have outlets to release your stress? This has to be incorporated into your life. And this isn't about rolling your eyes and being like, I know, where it's looked at as an obligation. It has to be looked at as a gift. When we find ways to de-stress, unwind, and not be on stress level high all the time, it can absolutely be crippling. It can kick our butts. And so the game starts here. What are we going to do to change the tide? We're tiring, and being tired all the time is no longer part of a lifestyle. So number 3 is connecting what we put in our bodies. What do we eat? What do we consume? It is very, very easy in today's world where we're on the go. We're, being able to just pick up fast food. I'm getting a burger. I'm going to have pizza 6 days a week, and pizza and a burger, super delicious. But if this is part of our staple of what we eat constantly, where it's high in fat, it's high in sugar, it will affect our energy levels. It will affect our energy levels. And so it's our loving ourselves enough where if you have the ability to do clean eating all the time, I say that is awesome, all the power to you. But if you say, I've got to find a middle ground, right? I know for myself, I try to really eat locally sourced foods. I try to eat grass-fed beef, but am I going to like never have, a French fry or an ice cream? No, I know for myself, those kind of occasional treats I enjoy, right? I feel like life is very short, but I've got to find a balance, and everything in life is about a balance. But if our main source of what we're taking in are those processed high fats, our bodies, I'm going to say, kind of go into sloth mode. So what are you eating? And I would say take some time, like what does my diet really look like? And I say I don't like to use the word diet. I believe it's incorporating a lifestyle. So all three of these things absolutely are like spokes in a bike wheel where they connect together, right? Our level of self-care, how we deal and react to stress, as well as what we are feeding our bodies. So looking at these different things and that they all interconnect and saying, okay, what do I need to change? What needs to stay the same? Maybe what needs to get strengthened a little bit. That our diet is important. Are you drinking enough water? Water is really important. What are you fueling yourself with? And if we're just fueling on coffee all day or Diet Cokes, and it isn't healthy. And again, I'm not a nutritionist, but it's looking at things to say, okay, I'm going to value myself enough that I'm just going to reevaluate things a little bit. So as we step into a new year, check out ways to strengthen our mind and our wellness, because it's so important. And if your mental wellness is something that you want to make a greater priority, I'd love for you to click this video and check out ways to strengthen your mental wellness as we roll into a new year. And I'd love for you, if you enjoyed today's video, to give it a thumbs up and to be sure to subscribe to The Goodness Chick. Thanks so much, my friends. Peace, love, and goodness, and catch you next time.